Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision still remains within the sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. to find all long forgotten home. The pines were roaring on the high. The winds were moaning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread. The trees like torches blazed with
I open my eyes, I go to the bathroom, and the mirror surprises me once again. Where did all these grey hairs come from? My mind still thinks I'm 20 or 30 years old. The mirror reminds me that I have already crossed the line where I'm closer to the exit door than to the entrance. I can't believe I have already completed 50 trips around the sun. My mind refuses to accept that 50 years have passed. It still shocks me when a kid on the street calls me sir. The mirror forces me to recapitulate, to question myself whether I'm living my life the way I truly want to live it. You never know when the day may come. If I were to die tomorrow, will I be satisfied with the life I have lived so far? I'm afraid the answer will be no. I have experienced many things in my life, but I have the feeling that it's very little compared to all the things I haven't experienced and I will lie to. I think I have spent far too much time working, too much time surviving, and too little time truly living. I have become an expert at surviving, but I'm still a beginner at living, at enjoying life, which is what it's all about in the end. This is not something easy, otherwise everyone would be happy. I repeat to myself over and over that it's not about reaching the end, but about enjoying the journey. About, regardless of when the end may come, always being able to say that I have lived a well-lived life, to feel satisfied. It's such a simple concept, yet so difficult to internalize. I tell myself, carpe diem, but saying it is one thing and truly believing it is another one. In my case, I give too much weight to the long term. For some reason, my mind thinks I'm going to live forever. Rationally, I know I will die one day, but at the same time, I act as if it's not true, constantly postponing dreams. I have lived long enough to sadly witness the departure of close people. Some left in a natural way, when their biological clocks say so. Others left earlier and unexpectedly due to illness or an accident. The saddest were those who chose to leave earlier because they could no longer bear it. Life had become too painful for them. I can't help but wonder if all of them felt satisfied with the life they managed to live. Even though knowing how to live is getting closer to a science, it still remains an art. A delicate balance between living and surviving, between the short term and the long term, between running a sprint and running a marathon. We can't just go out and enjoy each day and live as if there is no tomorrow, because there is a tomorrow. And as life expectancy increases, that tomorrow becomes longer and longer. We can't forget that our main component is physical, or in a few short years our body will let us know we have neglected it, and it won't hesitate to bring us to a sharp halt. Maintaining our body in good condition and well-oiled for 80, 100 or 150 years is no small feat. While luck may play a role, it will always require a considerable effort on our part. Living a long and enjoyable life is quite a challenge. Winning on both fronts is an art that only a fortunate few have demonstrated to master. We could try to copy them, but it wouldn't serve us much, because for each individual, a well-lived life means something different. True success is something very personal. What is the purpose of life? Does life have any meaning? No. Yes. There is no such thing as a universal meaning, but it does have meaning at an individual level. Unlike any other species, humans are creatures of meaning. The most important things in life are, in this order, to breathe, to drink, to eat, and for your life to have meaning. We could not live if our life had no sense. It would become unbearable. Even the simplest things will feel overwhelming. We wouldn't find the strength to get out of bed in the mornings. On the contrary, with the right meaning, we can endure what otherwise could seem unattainable. It seems to provide us with unlimited energy. Think about how unstoppable one feels when in love. The meaning of life not only is not universal, but it is also not unique nor static. Our life can have a primary purpose, such as witnessing our children grow, but then we can have other smaller and temporary ones, like mastering a new language, learning how to drive, being able to do a handstand, or finishing a half marathon. A swimmer is capable of enduring a whole year of grueling training, all with the hope of saving off a few tenths of a second from his time. How absurd, isn't it? Or could there be anything more futile than climbing a mountain? So much suffering in the ascent, even risking one's life, and when you reach the summit, you turn around and go back down. That's it. Does that make any sense? Indeed, a lot of sense, but only for that person, in that moment. We are not afraid of hard work. What we cannot bear is for it to be in vain. Life seems to be about skillfully chaining dream after dream. Goals, both small and not so small, that keep us motivated and excited, not only when we achieve them, but rather while we pursue them. Perhaps that's what human happiness is all about, finding yourself fighting for one of your dreams and slowly getting closer and closer. Not too slowly, as it would frustrate us, but not too fast either, or we would miss how valuable they truly are. As humans, we are drawn to explore, learn, grow, discover new things. It's the perpetually unsatisfied curiosity that has brought our species this far. This is what drives someone to dedicate their entire life to finding a way to get to a distant planet like Mars. I don't know any dog, any cat or kangaroo that has even remotely considered taking a stroll on Mars. The greatest gift a human being can have is finding a purpose to dedicate their life to. Even better if that purpose is good, if it helps someone, if it contributes in some way to our society, to our world, a purpose beyond oneself. Achieving one of your goals may even get you a spot in the club of the immortals, like that young lad who, following his passion, became the first to set foot on the top of Mount Everest, or the one who, with infinite curiosity, formulated the general theory of relativity. I have always been quite aware of the passage of time, but it's also easy to get distracted, and suddenly you blink and another 10 years have passed. Luckily, the gray hairs and wrinkles are there to wake you up when you see yourself in the mirror. Last year, I went to the optometrist. He recommended me to wear glasses. "You have presbyopia," he said. "Something normal at your age." What the hell? I don't need any glasses. A year later, I had to surrender to reality. I have enjoyed exceptional eyesight all my life, but since last week, a darn pair of glasses are resting on top of my nose. Life goes by very quickly. The decade seems to fly by faster and faster. You tell this to the younger ones, and they don't believe you. But the funny thing is, I don't believe it either when older people tell it to me. I still remember that day talking to my neighbor. I might have been around 10 or 12 years old. We were daydreaming over the fence that separated our houses. "In the year 2000, I'll be 28 years old," I said. "And I'll be 30-something, she said. "No way, that's so old. That's never going to happen." In the eyes of those kids, I am now writing this line from the future of the year 2023. I just turned 51. Sometimes you find yourself in one of those periods between goals. You have closed a chapter and you are not yet sure what comes next. In those moments, you can feel lost. Your life seems to lack meaning, and indeed, it doesn't have any. Depression lurks around. One of the worst things that can happen is to find no meaning in life. When you are depressed, reality becomes distorted. You see no way out. You don't feel like you have the resources or strength to fight your way out of the hole you are in. Why bother? It's not worth it. If I were ever to find myself in that terrible situation, I just hope to be lucky enough to find a reason why, no matter how small. A little meaning that starts pulling me. Like Popeye's spinach, it will give me the strength to begin fighting, step by step, battle by battle. Each battle won gives you more strength and confidence to go after the next one, to that gigantic enemy waiting for you at the end of each level in a video game. If people criticize your dreams when you share them, Don't waste your energy justifying them. Don't share them with those people. Protect your dreams. They're the most important thing in your life. Your happiness is at stake. How do I know I'm living my life properly? Because my suitcase is filling up with experiences. Those little moments that are so important to me and have made me so happy. That day lying on the couch when Huka rested her head on my leg and fell asleep by my side. That 5th of August 2010 when I touched Moroccan land after swimming across the Gibraltar Strait from Spain to Africa, together with another 8 brave mates. That complicity shared with that special girlfriend. That magical moment in Portugal when I caught my first wave on a surfboard. Thinking about those moments make me relive them and feel happiness again. In that imaginary suitcase, I also find dreams that I fought for but couldn't achieve. They only lack the cherry on top, but they have everything else. All the experiences and emotions I felt during the journey. The pride I feel for having been brave enough to come down into the arena and fighting like a gladiator anti-collapsing. Now I can have no regrets because I feel that I gave it my all. That feeling of pride dissipates any bitterness for not having won on that occasion, and that pride is mine, forever. Having no regrets, it's another way of knowing if we are living well. We must be especially careful if our regrets involve other people, because one day they might depart, and those regrets will stay with us forever. You are on your way back home. It's been another fantastic adventure. Have you already thought about what the next one will be? Climbing another mountain? Traveling to a country you have never been before? Looking for a partner? Writing a book? Making a video of your adventures in New Zealand? If you haven't found anything yet, keep thinking, but don't try to find the perfect goal. It will be difficult to find it just by thinking. Start somewhere. Getting into motion will help you take the next step, and that step will lead to the next one. After a few iterations, you will finally find that dream that truly motivates you, the one that fills you with excitement and gets you out of bed like a rocket every morning. Kike, as of today, are you living the life you want to live? Are you satisfied with the life you have lived so far? Are you pursuing the things that matter to you? Or have you switched back to autopilot again? How many memorable and unforgettable experiences have you collected this year? And this month? Don't be a spectator. Live your life, not someone else's life. And remember, no more barely passing the marks. In the subject of living, you had to aim for the highest honors. Do it. Just do it. Enjoy life. Kike, open your eyes. Enjoy life. Enjoy!